Previously on the Jay and Dan podcast.
I've never done the private room karaoke. Have you ever been one of those places? It feels like you're walking into a sex den. When we went in there, they were spraying down the couches.
What?
Oh, yes.
What?
With chemicals. Oh, I'm sweating already.
We're in the closet today. Where's the aluminum?
Am I dripping yet?
We need to rub it all over Dan. Oh, Jesus. Dan has massive pit stains.
Yeah, it sure is neat seeing Don Draper's childhood in the 1880s. 1880s.
Boys, I'm at the airport, and I was talking to you guys and got distracted, and I think I just lost my passport.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I went and got a waffle cone at Wendy's. It's probably there.
Hi. Oh, the brand new waffle cones. How was it?
It was awesome, but I lost my passport.
I'm gonna eat the guitar! Don't you stuff it in your face!
I'd rather on your front porch and yell at the kids.
It's still going. The podcast is still going.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
great.
You're listening to the Jay and Dan podcast.
Tonson. Biz found his passport, by the way. He found it the next day, and where was it? It was in his back pocket the whole time.
Welcome to the Jay and Dan podcast, episode number 36, brought to you by the Today Sponge.
Is that a contraceptive sponge?
I believe it is.
You just jam it right in there.
I don't know how they work.
Just jam it in and hope for the best. Hope nothing sneaks past the goalie.
It's the hormone-free alternative to condoms.
Just hold on. I'd love to have sex with you. First, I have to put this giant sponge in my...
It provides 24-hour protection.
What? How is that possible? You just got a sponge stuffed up in your the whole time? Christoph enjoyed. Nobody says that anymore.
Be great. You're out for a walk. Hey, you're covered.
Hey, you're good. Hey, you're out for a walk, walking your dog. Guy says, hey, I want to have sex. Ordinarily, you'd say no, but hey, I got a sponge in my...
We brought back the old beep this week.
Yes.
Old time sake.
Yeah, the beep beep. The beep beep. Do you remember Beep, the drink Beep? Wow, that was a slow open. That was kind of cool. We have a couple of great guests on the show.
There was a Today Sponge joke to be made there when you said there was a slow open.
Oh.
Too soon?
No, never too soon.
We're
not in the closet this time, by the way.
Yes, we are not in the closet.
We're back in the studio.
I had erased that from my mind that we were in that sweat box.
It felt a little bit like we were in a prison camp and doing a podcast. It was hot. Toolsy's pits were sweating like crazy. Hey, now they're dry. Yeah, Toolsy's got a couple of today's sponges underneath his pits. We have Colin Hanks on the show. Colin Hanks, son of Tom Hanks, actor extraordinaire. He's in town. He's in Toronto filming a movie, and he's been watching TSN. He's a huge LA Kings fan, so he sent the TSN crew a tweet, and we dedicated Tuesday morning Sports Center to him, or Wednesday morning Sports Center to him. We ended up chatting, and he's going to come on the show a little later on. And then, Toolsy, Frank D'Angelo is coming on too.
Finally, talk about the cheetah power surge.
We're going to talk.
Rapini a day keeps the cafoons away.
Can't wait for him to explain what that means.
We're going to learn what cafoons are, and he's going to talk about his new film. Frank has written, directed, and stars in a movie called Real Gangsters, and we're going to discuss that.
I wrote, directed, and starred in a movie, too. It was just called a home movie.
Have you been taking home movies of your family and such? Do people do that anymore?
I have one of those Kodak. I think it's like a flip cam. But now when you take a video, it's like all yellowish. So, and I went to take it to the store. They said they don't make those anymore. I said, can you help me? And they said no.
Did you buy it in Chinatown? Where did you buy it?
I bought it at the Best Buy.
Is that... Nobody shoots stuff and has it turn yellow, do they?
I don't know. They said just buy a new camera.
I guess it's a good thing you didn't become a camera operator. Speaking of camera operators, Toolsy.
Ooh, our friend Sergio is going to be on the show talking about his YouTube story. He sent me a text. It was earlier recorded by Christoph and Mike. Here's what his text said. So
Okay, first of all, you have to tell everyone who Sergio is.
Sergio was one of our camera operators during the Craft Celebration Tour. He was an ENG camera op, meaning when we'd go shoot stories, he brought the camera along and shot the stories for us.
Very agile man. Big guy, but super agile.
Yeah, from Chile.
He's from Chile, yeah, and he lives in Edmonton with his family. Just a lovely man. Just a great guy.
To watch this man eat a meal is something to behold.
Didn't you go for breakfast, just the two of you, one morning after a big night out?
Yeah, I was.
You just savored every bite of egg?
In Estevan. I was at the hotel restaurant, sitting by myself, crushing a water. And he came in, ordered his bacon and eggs, and the way he brought all the food together, it was like he had a scalpel, and he was just like a doctor.
Yeah, he did it surgically.
So,
but he was enjoying. He was savoring his food.
He's going to come on and tell us a story he told us on the craft tour. It doesn't sound like it went very well because he says, I did it, but I think it wasn't very good. I'm better live.
Oh no, he's great. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
Critique that. But it's been a big week, and we've been selling. Christoph and Mike, who put the podcast together, we send them emails. We've described this before because last week you sent them emails upon emails, and none of them made any sense.
It's true. I kind of messed up. I blew it.
So this week it does make sense, and we found a few things. Some of them I wasn't a part of, though.
Can we also, in addition to just saying hello to Mike and Christoph, Mike Gentili, in addition to producing our podcast and TSN Drive with Dave Naylor, is also a professor at Centennial College, School of Broadcasting. And a couple of his students are here with us today, Joe and Nadia, who describe themselves as big Fast and the Furious fans.
We were talking about this on the pod, or actually in between commercial breaks, I guess during commercial breaks on SportsCenter the other night. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that this movie franchise has a massive cult following.
It's but it's beyond a cult following now. It's like it's widespread, mass, huge hit now. It's like the biggest movie in the world. It's almost done the opposite, where movies, when they get to the seventh film of the franchise, usually it's like it's played out. But it seems to be going the opposite with the Fast and the Furious franchise.
So the blonde-haired guy, his name?
Paul Walker?
Paul Walker was on Fallon, and I watched the clip that he brought from the movie, and there's too much going on. There's just too much. There's too much action. It's
like, first of all, Paul Walker may be the dumbest actor in Hollywood. Yeah, I watched that interview, and hey, listen, he's a handsome fellow, okay? He's a handsome man. But he brought zero to the table in that interview, and I mean zero.
So Fallon struggled with it?
This is the problem with Fallon, because you and I are big Fallon fans.
Big.
He is such a great sketch comedian. He's so funny in all the bits, but he's not a good interviewer. And usually he has people on where it doesn't matter. They can just chat and have fun, and they do impressions or whatever. But if he has something like Paul Walker, who's just dumb, and he has to like try to get something out of him, it's tough to watch. Real tough.
Again, when I went to see Fallon live...
yeah, you did that. That's right. Oh, it's too bad we weren't doing the podcast back then. You could have told us all about that.
John Lithgow and iCarly were the two guests. It was the girl from iCarly.
Yeah.
And then Sloan played with his new band.
Oh, Sloan, like from Halifax? The band Sloan?
No, sorry, Slash.
Why not, eh?
The Slashinators.
How was Slash looking?
Same. His
yeah.
Hair, hat.
Think that's a wig by now?
Hair hat.
He's got hair. He's got a hair hat. So first of all, we have a surprise video, I understand.
Oh yeah, can we get to this? So the Stranger Danger was a big hit. I was sent this one the other day, so I'm going to turn.
Can we hear hi again? Oh, God, that guy. I'm sorry, Christoph. I'm just throwing that at him. Okay, so I'm going to see this. I haven't seen this yet.
Oh, this is
Hi.
So this is a police safety video. If you want to Google it or YouTube it, it's a police. By the way, my mom knows how to now work the internet better than me. She was searching for something the other night. She could find it. I couldn't on the Google.
She went to the YouTube. Was she wearing her raccoon coat?
No. So It's a police safety video from the 80s. That's what you YouTube. And let's 3, 2, 1 it because we got to synchronize to make sure he sees it.
Because I'm watching it on Dan's computer, and Christoph is going to play it for all of you podcast listeners.
Oh.
Dan screwed it up. Dan already screwed it up.
I hit play on 3.
Dan literally... Dan's fingers went up. It was like 3 fingers, and he hit play on the computer. So let's summarize. You can't operate a camera. You're a terrible floor director, and you can't operate a computer. What can you do?
Not a lot. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Shut your engine off. What the you want?
Whoa!
I want to see your driver's license. What for? Christ, I'm only a block from home. Why don't you let me go? Look, I just want to see your driver's license. Oh, Christ. I got it here somewhere. It's in the car. I'll get it.
He's going back into his car.
Most people have drawn inner boundaries they don't want crossed. And sometimes the blade is there to
Pull out
guard
a
those
knife.
boundaries.
Here's my license. Why don't you come and get it? Drop the knife. You. I said, drop the knife. Oh, okay. Just kidding. Sorry.
I haven't seen this one.
Say, do you have a driver's license? You just rolled through that stop sign back there.
Is here somewhere.
No problem. Something with your photo, name on it. That'll be fine.
Jesus H!
This represents imminent danger for sure.
Get away from here. Get out of my house. Drop the razor. Drop it.
What he's telling you is,
Dennis
don't
Hopper?
invade my space or I'll attack you.
What's happening here?
Open up.
Was the guy just sitting in a chair?
They're knocking on someone's door here.
Oh, he stabbed him!
He stabbed him with a sword.
The big sword! Now he's shooting him! What the hell? Oh my gosh! That was crazier than the Stranger Danger video.
Oh, and it just flashed on the screen. Everything is terrible.
Jeez! It's like the opposite of Everything Is Happening by Bob Cole.
Oh my God! Can we hear the very beginning when the guy gets pulled over and has to get out of his car?
First of all,
You want? What the you want?
Oh my! And then his first line to the cop, he's got like a North Dakota accent.
no, it's like a Canadian. Is this a Canadian thing? It's like thick Canadian accents all over it. It's like Burness getting pulled over and pulling a knife on everyone.
So
What the you want?
let's hear what he says to the cop. His first line after.
Want to see your driver's license? What for? Christ, I'm only a block from home. Why don't you let me go? Look, Why don't you let me go? Look, I just want to see your driver's license. Oh, Christ. I got it here somewhere. It's in the car. I'll get it.
That's when he pulls out the knife. I couldn't believe that the guy knocked on the... See, I only watched the first pullover. I never saw where the guy gets stabbed with a sword. What cop is going to go to a door and get stabbed with, like, a sword from the 1910s?
But
No,
not...
there's no swords in the 1910s.
There might have been, but there's the other thing is every cop in that video got stabbed with something. Every single cop, there was someone who came out with a little pocket knife, or there's the homeless guy had
So
like
this-
a tiny little knife. He was flipping it around.
So here's the one scene. So the cop is drawing his gun on a homeless man who's waving a Bic razor. Wouldn't you just
He could burn you.
tackle him?
He could burn you. And then, yeah, this guy at the door. Oh my God.
He's sitting there waiting for someone to show up to stab.
He just has this. You know what? When we moved to LA, I'm getting a big machete. And anyone who comes to the door, they're getting stabbed.
my
So Toolsy,
goodness.
you better not pop in unexpectedly.
That was better than I.
You want?
You
That's
get
what I'll
pulled over.
say.
Who gets out of a car and says that to a cop?
You want?
Oh my God. That was great.
That was better than expected.
And then we have this was a big request from so many listeners. This Dorian Suits ad, Christoph, starring former Montreal Canadian and Buffalo Sabre Yvonne Lambert.
I haven't seen this.
I haven't seen this either. Let's give this a listen.
When I play hockey, I make it a point to hustle the guys on the other team. But when I'm off the ice, the last thing I want is hassles. So when it comes to buying clothes, I choose Dorian Suit. When I'm off the ice, the last thing I want is assholes. So
That can go right alongside the Gilmore commercial.
the last thing I want is assholes.
Last thing he wants is hassles.
Not
Oh,
that.
Yvonne.
And I had a, we do these, they're never seen by anyone. They're never seen by, it's a make work project.
What?
CP24 updates. We do,
this is
CP24 is a station in Toronto in which we have to do a sports update for them every night. It's never aired. No one has ever seen it.
You may remember Melissa Grello was on our show. She's the morning host on CB24. And so we do these updates, and we have to do them. And I don't know why we're always so negative about it.
But I'm just negative because I know it's never seen. If I knew it was part of the morning show, I'd be like, hey, this is great. Everyone's seen it. It's shown at like 4:43 in the morning.
Well, yesterday you were upset that it was because we alternate, and you were upset it was your turn to do it.
I knew it was my turn. I was just doing that for G-Bone, Greg Bonetta, who's putting the updates together.
But you are definitely not putting in much of an effort in this particular update.
Dallas Hill inside the Sports Leaders Room. CB24 Sports Update. Your Toronto Blue Jays were in action yesterday. A lot of kids at this game. I guess every school on the face of the earth went to this game in the field trip. My school, when I was a kid, never went to a single Jays game, so thanks, educational system, for failing me. I also went to a school that only had 60 kids from grades 1 to 8. Brandon Morrow got yanked after 2 innings of work.
That, by the way, he was saying that over at least 25 seconds of highlights that he didn't describe.
Brandon Morrow got yanked after 2 innings of work.
You're right, he got yanked.
G-Bone, I said I asked him after the update, I said, how'd it go? He goes, you sounded like you were drunk. I said, well, can't be drunk. I'm at work. So.
I was drunk on the last podcast.
Yeah, did you get any flack?
No, I didn't. I wasn't really drunk. I had a few beers. I can handle myself.
I'm hopped up on a NOS and a double espresso from Starbucks.
Holy crap, dude.
You got a problem there?
Jeez. Who are you, Rob Ford?
We talked about Rob Ford in detail on our last podcast. I thought that'd all be settled by now.
Nope.
Of course not.
No, not even close, Toolsy. It's just getting started. Can we... Oh, here's another one. We have to give a shout-out very quickly. Patrick. Hello, Patrick. Came by for a tour of the newsroom last week. Huge fan of the podcast. Want to just say a quick hello to Patrick, a ne'er-do-well teen who's looking for direction in life. Maybe he'll become a broadcaster. I should mention that I saw this on NewYorkMag.com this week. The subways are filled with foot farts.
The Subway sandwich shops?
No, the New York City subways, the actual subways, are filled with foot farts. And this is a quote from Dr. Norman R. Pace, a University of Colorado microbiologist. He says, quote, every time you step down, you pressurize the air that's in your shoe. You stomp down, you squirt out a little warm air, carrying foot microbiology, hence foot farts. That made me think of the movie Midnight Cowboy.
Hey! I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Made me think of the Squirt Sum Mio ad. What the do you want? Oh, that guy's my new favorite.
What the do you want?
And if you watch the video, he's wearing like MC Hammer pants. He's wearing like the baggiest pants of all time. Were we talking this week about wearing adult diapers maybe at some point on the show?
Maybe at the live podcast.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to do that. That'll be
But
good.
that'll be the end of my career then.
Well, it's, I suppose, every week that could potentially happen on this show.
Yes, well, we are in our, 8th week of our goodbye, so in about 9 weeks' time, we'll be out of here.
Hey, should we talk about this Aroldis Chapman, Nick Swisher thing?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear this. Mike put this together. So Chapman, he throws high. He throws like in the hundreds. Closer for the Reds. And he threw some chin music at Nick Swisher, now of the Cleveland Indians. This happened the other night. We had it in our broadcast. Sort of.
I'm trying to stifle a burp, too.
I just had one.
Yep.
Like a big one.
Yep.
Sorry, but a guttural burp. So we have the home and away broadcast. We're going to try to decipher who's doing the...
Is that you?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to have to use that next week.
So we're going to try to decipher...
That was disgusting.
So Nick Swisher of the Indians is at the dish. We'll try to figure out who are the Indians broadcasters, and Chapman's on the mound of the Reds. We'll try to figure out who are the Reds broadcasters.
That one thrown all the way to the backstop. We had one like that yesterday that resulted in a warning. And then that one high and tight to Swisher. And look at that Cleveland bench. Everybody on the top row screaming out at Chapman.
Okay. All right. There's one broadcast. All right. Let's listen to the second broadcast.
Indians in danger of dropping their fourth straight and the last three in the late innings. That pitch over the head of Swisher, who's just looking out at Chapman, who's looking back in at him. Boy, when you're throwing 100 miles an hour and somebody throws it over your head, good Lord. The set and the 1-0. That almost hit him in the head! And the Indians are on the top step of the dugout, ready to charge Chapman. That one looked intentional.
Oh, we get...
Wow. I can't tell which one is which.
That almost hit him in the head!
Holy crap.
I can't tell who that last guy was for.
What the you are?
That's what Swisher could have responded with.
That's pretty much what he said to him. He breathed his lips.
He says, don't do that. You don't want to do that again.
We have a clip from
that was awesome.
Colby Rasmus about his baby bro.
Corey. They faced each other.
That's right.
When the Braves were in town, and Colby got a hit off his brother.
Got a double off of him, I believe. Yeah, in his second Major League appearance for Corey.
It was a strange feeling, a lot of emotions going on. But it was awesome and terrible at the same time.
And I said that's how you describe a producer Tim party. Awesome and terrible at the same time.
Or just terrible?
But it could be an awesome moment, like when you take an upper tanker.
An upper decker.
Upper decker. Has anyone ever witnessed that?
I've never witnessed it, but I'd love to try it.
Because that'd be the worst.
I don't know if it would be so bad.
No, for you being the homeowner.
Screw it.
You're just going to do it to your own toilet?
Yeah, I might. Why? I just sold the place last week. We both sold our residences last week. So I guess we're both homeless.
That's right. I live in North Oshawa, so I got a case of beer and a carton of smokes for my place. Pretty good deal, I think.
Here's a pack of darts and some 50s.
But it's one of those cases of beer that has a hat in it, so.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not so bad.
Got a headgear. It's a hat is headgear.
Can we listen to this bike safety rap, Christoph? I think I remember sending this to you guys.
Oh no, not one of these ones.
It's all coming back to me. Okay, this is a bike safety. This is another instructional video from the 80s about bike safety.
Check out Boom, he's a rockin' jock. Scores on the field, speeds down the block. Julie ran a stop sign on her way to the mall. Her dad took her charge cards, and that's not all. Now Rita can do every trick on skates, but bike tricks are more than her family can take. Arthur loves his books, and he's smart in school too, but when it comes to bikes, he's really got no clue.
Listen, I can't take any more of that.
Okay, let's stop.
That was terrible. My favorite thing, though, my favorite thing, though, is that someone put that together thinking, how are we going to get through to these kids? We're going to have to do a rap, a hip-hop song. Rap is really big right now in the early 80s. I'll lay a beat down and I'll write a rap song about safety.
Did I ever tell you about the crew that came to my Catholic high school to preach abstinence?
Oh.
So they were like, hey, we're the happiest people on earth. Is everyone having a good time? And then they're like, if you ever have that feeling, Go for a ride on your bike. Go for a jog. Why don't you play a board game? It's just whenever you have that feeling.
Do you ever want to, like, someone?
They didn't put it that way, but if you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend ever feel like,
have those feelings.
Yes.
Down there.
Where's the girl? You go for a bike ride.
I had a friend who said in high school, he had a DJ a high school dance, and they did Moni Moni. He played Moni Moni. You know how everyone's always like, hey, everybody, get laid, get everyone started chanting that.
Oh, no.
And so he panicked. So he got on the mic and he was like, hey, guys, no. Instead of chanting that, let's chant, hey, everybody, have fun, get rocked. Here we go, everyone. Hey, everybody, have fun, get rocked. Everyone's got silent.
Did it work?
I don't think so.
I wish I could remember what the DJs were like at our high school dances. I don't know if it was a teacher or if they actually... I think we had the Much Music video dance crew at one of them.
I remember the Much Music video dance crew, yeah. They'd come in the van, right?
That's right.
Do you remember that?
Smoking a pound of weed on the way there.
Hey, man, we're here to set up your dance. Here's your video screen. All right. It's 5x7. You thought you were getting like Steve Anthony or Erica M, and it'd just be this burnout from Red Deer. Like, hey, man.
This party's rocking.
You're going to do this. Here we go. Much Music, baby.
Is it still... It's still on, right?
Much Music?
I used to live and die by that channel.
I'm positive it's still on. Well, when we did some interviews this week at the 299, and Phoebe, I saw Phoebe from Much Music, and she is a VJ, I think.
Okay.
And I guess she still introduces videos? Do they still have videos on Much Music?
I think so. They haven't gone all MTV. We were on MTV, and we were also on E-Talk.
Yeah, so we did an interview with Aaliyah Jasmine, who's on the podcast. I was sweating like crazy, again.
You have to come through these like wrestling doors to enter her show. They're like these chamber doors. They look like they're all rusted. It looks like you're walking into a WWE event. So I said, well, we should do something different. And I was going to go on Jay's back, and he's like, I got a sore back. I'm like, well, I'll carry you in. So I carried him in, and I had to do a 2-step up onto the pedestal where we're doing the interview. I said, yeah, I got some momentum going here. I tried to do it, and it buckled.
Yeah, he collapsed.
For a tall fellow, he's remarkably light.
Yeah, I'm lithe. And then I collapsed, and then I was just a sweaty mess. I was like Ted Stryker at the end of Airplane through the whole interview.
Then there was it was a sweat box in there. Then there was a few awkward moments at the E-Talk.
Yeah, we went from there over to E-Talk. It was like the junket, right? Like we were doing all the CTV shows.
So we were one walk of these.
Oh, can we save that, by the way? What just happened there?
The one awkward moment was when we were getting pictures with the Tanya Kim, Ben Mulrooney cutouts. And then who appears but Tanya Kim and Ben Mulrooney? I think they were kind of creeped out.
I think they might have been creeped out by it. I was creeped out by how silent it was in that studio.
That was the other thing. So Jay dropped a lot of F-bombs because they asked questions like, oh, what are you going to do when the paparazzi ambushes you in L.A.?
You are.
That's exactly what I said.
That's what Jay, he yelled, what camera am I in? And he looked at the camera and goes, what the
you are.
And then it was just, people were irate. People look up from their screens and they're like, who is that? Who's invaded our space? But
it's an entertainment show.
I know, it's
like a synagogue in there.
I believe. So again, at E-Talk, you have to do your interview on this big platform. I believe someone was murdered there for being loud because no one speaks out of turn now.
So, like, Richard Simmons came to do an interview, and Ben got so upset that he was so loud and animated that he slashed his throat.
Whoa.
And then
Simmons?
Simmons' blood just leaking out.
I was thinking an employee had been...
Oh, okay, right.
Not a guest.
Right.
So that's why they don't want to be the second example.
It was weird. It was a weird environment. So look for that interview sometime soon.
I think it was probably already on.
No, actually, apparently it's not on for a while. We'll let you know when it's going to be on.
It's in the can.
Yeah, put that one in the can. We're going to run it top of the show one night. That's what no one is saying at E-Talk right now.
They're like, Bieber hasn't done anything. Who are those two loud people that were in here?
Those obnoxious Jerks. Hey, speaking of Bieber, Biebs gone wild. Apparently, Biebs is upsetting some of his neighbors in the Calabasas, California area of Los Angeles.
Where he's driving too fast.
Yeah, the Kardashians live there. We could move there, Toolsy, to Calabasas.
I don't know where that is.
I think it's like north of LA.
It's not near the beach?
I think it's nearish the beach. I don't know. We don't have that one?
I don't think there's an audio.
Oh, we're
clip.
just discussing it.
There's no audio.
Oh, okay. I thought there was I thought Keyshawn said something about it.
He did. He confronted him and said, "Hey, kid, slow down."
Yeah, that's pretty much what he said. No, that's what Bieber said to Keyshawn. But then, Mike, weren't you also saying that someone else,
Eric Dickerson,
said that
tweeted he needs to slow his ass down. He also lives in the same neighborhood.
So Biebs is basically driving like a maniac. Basically, he's driving like Nadia, your student, did on the way here.
That's right.
I was not able to keep up with her on the way to the
Well,
studio.
Mike, you'll know how your mindset changes once you have kids. You slow right down in the neighborhood. Before I wasn't Bieberish, but I drove quicker.
You're right.
in the neighborhoods.
There's one part of the story that people are missing. That Keyshawn was with his 2-year-old.
Right.
Oh.
So he was very offended. But he was with his 2-year-old in a Prius.
Keyshawn was driving a Prius?
Apparently, and wanted to confront the Biebs. I'm not sure how the Prius would have caught the Ferrari.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Oh, you sell out, no Maserati?
Oh, Keyshawn.
Poor Biebs.
Yeah, Biebs is really... Everyone's all over Biebs these days.
He could just retire. Isn't he rich enough now? Just walk away.
He doesn't want to, okay? He's a musician. He's an artist.
He was at the Kings game.
Eric Stone Street from Modern
that made me
Family
howl.
sent out a hilarious tweet. I don't know if you guys saw it, Christoph and Mike. Go to Eric Stone Street's Twitter and see this funny tweet. His reaction to Bieber being at the Kings game, Game 7 against the Sharks.
He did a Vine tweet, didn't
That's
he?
right. It's a Vine tweet.
Which is the new thing. It's like a 15-second video, right?
Yeah, we've done a few of them on set. Toolsy? Some funny ones?
I never know when they're going on. You just have a camera pointed at me. I'm like, what is this? You're like, got it.
But they always go over so well. I don't want to ruin the spontaneity.
Okay. And I sent a tweet by mistake today. I forgot to tell you.
A direct message? You were intending for a lover?
No, it was a photo. So Fox Sports, our new bosses in a month, they sent a nice care package. It was like, I love LA shot glasses. I love LA T-shirts, some DVDs, some movies, an I love LA gnome.
Right.
A bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah. They sent me the same package.
A nice note saying, hey, welcome to the family, Dan. So I took a picture and I was going to tweet it to the @FoxSports1 Twitter handle. So I took the picture and I said to my wife, I said, should I send this? She goes, maybe wait till you don't work at TSN anymore. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, oh crap, I just sent it. But I sent it to everyone, the picture. So it's like, screw you, everyone. This is my new
Hey,
work.
look at my new job got me presents.
Yeah, but I deleted it and within like 2 seconds. So like only 4 people responded to it.
Still out there.
No, and then I responded to each of those people. They said, oh, that's mean. I said, I didn't mean to send that. I meant to send it as a thank you, saying, hey, I got the care package. We already found a place for the gnome.
See you, suckers.
So again, I didn't mean to offend anyone. It was just, again, my slim knowledge of my BlackBerry came into play there once again. Again, yeah, it's still the same BlackBerry from the first podcast we ever did.
My favorite thing is you were supposed to get that Q10, I swear to God, like 6 months
When
ago.
James Sobolski left the company, I was supposed to get his new BlackBerry.
What was their explanation for not giving it to you
There
all
was
that
none.
time?
There was none.
So were you just like emailing them, hey guys, love to get that new phone?
No, after a month after they had said I was getting a new phone, I emailed. I said, well, actually, can I get the Q, the one with the keyboard? And they said, no, your phone's waiting here.
Yeah, right.
That was 3 months ago.
Oh, I love it. Oh, you know what we forgot? We got to get to Sergio's story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. Sergio, our camera guy from the Craft
keeping my
Celebration
fingers
Tour.
crossed. So he told us this story on a bus once,
Yeah,
where how he called YouTube.
yeah. That's right. Let's
see here.
Let's give this a listen.
Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no see. Yeah, man. You guys are asking about the YouTube story. Yeah, what happened was is that a while back, when YouTube first came on, what happened was is that they asked me, well, I checked out the terms of YouTube, and the terms was anybody that uploads a video. What happens is that YouTube owns it. So back in the day, before the smartphones, what happened was that I was checking it out, and you could they own your video. YouTube could own your video. So what I was doing is so I called YouTube, and I said to YouTube, I said, hey, I wanna buy the rights to mobile video for mobile phones, and so they didn't know how to take it. So they came back to me, and I started trying to figure out an agreement. So we came up with I would pay them a monthly fee. My whole concept was that once I had an agreement, I could turn around and sell the agreement, right? Because nobody was thinking about that because it's before smartphones. Long story short is over about 8-month period, what happened was is that they decided to give it to the board of directors, and the board of directors voted strongly in favor of having Google buy them out with this as the main backbone. So that's the YouTube story. But anyway, I'll throw it back to you, Dan and Jay. Have a good one.
Oh, I love
later.
Sergio. Thanks, Sergio.
So I call YouTube and say, hey, YouTube. So Sergio's the one who filmed Charlie Bit My Finger. He isn't. Jay still hasn't seen that video.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen Charlie Bit My Finger.
Can we pull that up real quick? I'll pull it up here. We'll do the 3, 2, 1 again.
I love it again.
This is the most viewed YouTube video of all time.
It is?
One of them.
How have I not seen this?
Charlie Bit.
Been too busy watching Jim Taddy porns.
Okay. This is at 500.
I've seen this.
Oh, see?
Yeah, I've seen this.
Well, we got to play
film this?
No, we didn't. So, can we... I'm still loading. Oh. There it is. These kids are like 30 now. 526 million views. Almost 527 million.
That's crazy.
I guess they've already paid for their education, everything, because they sell T-shirts.
That's crazy.
Such a simple video. It's not even a minute long.
Yeah.
Now, can we hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
This.
Everyone wants to hear it. Okay. It's loading.
Charlie bit me. Ah. Ah. Oh. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch, Charlie. Ah. Charlie, that really hurt.
What a...
Charlie Bit My Finger. A few more views than the police safety video from the 80s, which has 2,900.
Whoa, by the way, Toolsy, the Gangnam Style video?
Yep.
1,490... No, 1 billion.
1 billion?
1,491,867,496 views.
Holy crap.
That is insane.
Phone's ringing. It looks like it's going to be our first guest, Colin Hanks. You see, this is a professional calling exactly on time, Colin Hanks.
Well, according to my clock, it's about 2 minutes early, so I'm glad I'm prompt.
Very, very nice of you, Colin. A pleasure to have you on the show. First of all, we've become friends because you managed to catch a little of the TSN coverage of Game 7 between the Sharks and Kings. Tell us, first of all, if you can, what are you doing in the city of Toronto right now?
I'd like to tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Oh, so this is a secret. Are you? Can you tell us if you're filming something?
No. I'm filming a small independent film here in Toronto, and just got into town a few days ago, and have just sort of been busy with that, and trying to catch as much hockey as I can when I'm not at work.
Are you playing the role of Toronto Mayor Rob Ford?
No, I am not, but I would love to get an audition for that when the time comes.
Is this the craziest mayor story you've ever seen, and how thrilled are you to be in this city while it's all taking place?
Now, I'm going to be completely honest here. I have no knowledge of the facts of what happened. I just know that crack and the mayor is involved. I don't know anything else.
That's pretty much all you need
to know.
you
know, I say, hey, you want to have a mayor that likes to party responsibly.
That's right.
Hey, Toronto could come up with a new slogan.
Yeah.
Toronto, the place to party. Look at our mayor.
Responsibly. That's right. Yeah. Hey, so first of all, you're obviously a huge Kings fan, and you have been a correspondent for Kevin and Bean. That's a radio duo out of L.A. for the last couple of years. How did that come about?
They asked.
That's fair.
They knew that I was a big Kings fan. It's funny how the Twitter just informs everybody of my wants, needs, desires, and likes. And they asked, and it was, during the Cup run last year, and it seemed like a sort of funny thing to do. Look, I don't get to talk hockey with a lot of people, so anyone who wants to talk hockey with me, more than happy to talk back. It just so happened that they had a radio program. And I actually feel bad because they wanted me to call in today, but with my work schedule, I wasn't able to do it. So you guys are sort of like my substitute for right now.
Perfect. Suck it, Kevin and Bean.
If that's okay.
The Kings are a hot ticket again.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're a hot team. I mean, they're a good team. I mean, you got to understand, in Los Angeles, they're a draw for the people in the know. I mean, I think, obviously we don't have the same sort of hockey hotbed like a Detroit or Chicago or quite frankly any of like the Northwestern or the Northeastern teams in the U.S., but for those that follow hockey, and there are diehard fans, it's a very big deal. We had really bad teams for a very long time, but, Luc Robitaille said it the best, L.A. loves a winner, and I'm more than happy to be welcoming all the bandwagon fans. I really don't care because we have the team that we've always wanted, and that was last year. And this year, it's looking pretty dang good.
So, what got you into hockey, Colin? Did your dad get you into hockey? How did you start to love the sport?
Yeah, my dad got me in. When my parents split up, I think he was desperately looking for something to bond with his kid over, and he had grown up a Golden Seals fan, California Golden Seals
absolutely.
fan. So I remember going down to L.A. to visit him, and he said, I want to take you to something. It's a surprise. And he took me to my first Kings game in 1987, and this is like Wayne McBean, Luc Robitaille's rookie year type era. And I saw the L.A. Kings beat the Quebec Nordiques, something like 10-8. I mean, two really bad hockey teams at the time, and I was bitten. That was it. I was hooked.
In that era, that was a low-scoring game.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was a very low-scoring game. But I mean, you got to understand, like, this was a sport I had never seen on TV. It was never really covered. But I mean, that probably has more to do with me. My own awareness. I mean, I was a kid, and here I am checking out this incredible game that the Los Angeles team is playing a team from Quebec. Where is that? They speak French. What is that? Like it was kind of culturally mind opening, eye opening for me. So I really got into it. And at that time it was the old conferences, the old divisions. So it was Smythe division. That was a big thing, and all of our rivals. We didn't have the Mallards, we didn't have the Sharks, we had the Jets, we had the Flames, we had the Canucks, we had the Oilers. And then a few months later, or a year later, Gretzky came, and then it was just wildfire at that stage. Then I was just some would say I was like your mayor. I was addicted to crack.
But responsibly.
But responsibly. I'm not saying the mayor's addicted to crack, because, again, I have no facts on the matter.
We just always throw in allegedly.
Allegedly. Responsibly.
Now, at Kings game, so you've got yourself at the game. You've got the Cruises. You've got Willows.
Cruz is new. I hadn't seen him at any game. That's brand new.
Oh, is that so? He's just hopped on board. Well, we saw him there with Bruckheimer the other night. I guess they're buds.
Yeah, Bruckheimer's got seats. He's always there. He's always there.
And then
he
you got
brings
Beckham?
people. Yeah, Beckham's there quite a bit. Beckham had that great dig in Montreal last year that we all got a kick out of.
And then Mary Hart seems to go to now. How did Mary get into this?
I call her the mayor of Los Angeles sports, and that is not at all crack related, by the way. She is at almost every sporting event in Los Angeles. Her and her husband. I see her at Kings games all the time. I can see her at a bunch of baseball games. I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I go because I like baseball. And every time I see her, I say, well, hello, Mayor. How are you? What's going on? She's a good fan.
So you have all these celebrities, and then your head coach of your L.A. Kings from Viking, Alberta, Daryl Sutter. You could not find a person more opposite than the Hollywood type than Daryl Sutter.
But you got to understand, we had that kind of coach with Barry Melrose when he first came out. And he was like the rock star type coach.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And, we did that, and, we had gone with, I think the coach prior to that was like Tom Webster. So, we had a series of like blue-collar coaches that didn't really work, and then we had that fancy coach, and then that worked, and I think they tried to do that for a long time, and it just didn't really pan out. And the thing, I mean, if you talk to any diehard Kings fan, the thing that we really love now is that blue-collar mentality that our team has. We've drafted young players. We've kept them in the organization a long time. Dean Lombardi has always, really sort of preached that sort of team mentality. Everybody works hard. Everybody comes prepared. And I think the missing ingredient was obviously a coach that had that, that really truly lived that same sort of existence, that sort of blue collar, journeyman, not necessarily super glamorous player. And he took that same approach with coaching. And dude, you ask me, the dude's a genius. Not only in his coaching decisions, but those press conferences are pretty funny too.
Well, I was going to bring that up. In his first ever news conference with the Kings, they asked him where he was when he got the call, and if I'm not mistaken, he said, "I was in the barn."
He said he was shoveling in the barn.
We weren't even sure if he had teeth.
But then you see him behind the bench, Colin, and he's tanned up like he's clearly taken to the Southern California lifestyle.
That dude, I don't know where that dude is going. Because, look, I know one thing about hockey players. They do not spend a lot of time in the sun. But that dude is tan. I don't know what he's doing. He may be doing some spray tan or something like that. But, I mean, that dude looks like he gets all of his sun in Alberta during the summer and then just magically holds on to it all year long.
Now, where were you? I saw you tweeted that you were having poutine and a Caesar. Was it last night?
That was just a joke today.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were at the Prime Minister's house or something, and they were welcoming you with our national drink and dish.
Well, no, I because of the old Smythe Division rivals, I have a completely unnecessary knowledge of Canadian sports and Canadian sayings and food and drink that, as an American really holds no importance whatsoever. And so I'm always proud to show it off. And quite honestly, I was getting so many people tweeting at me saying that, they dug the sports center that you guys did today, and just my overall Canadian hockey knowledge, that I was like, all right, well, I'll keep running with this. It seems kind of funny. The funny thing was is that some people were critiquing me, saying like, "Oh no, you don't eat poutine and a Caesar at the same time. Those don't go very well."
It's a bit heavy. It's a bit heavy.
It's a bit heavy, but it's a funny joke.
Now, Colin, Jay and I, we're moving to L.A. next month to work with Fox Sports 1 in our new jobs. What can you tell us about L.A. living?
Well, now, here's the thing. I want you to understand that there is I have to mention her name, but there is a woman on Twitter named Kat Arnett who has been talking about you and telling me this for weeks now. And then I finally was able to see you guys in action. You're going to be fine. Oh. You're going to be great. Don't even worry. You guys are naturals in front of a camera. You guys know that it adds a couple of pounds.
Yeah.
You add you throw a little makeup into the mix. Maybe Sutter's got some tips for you on that with the tan.
Yeah, spray
and,
tan.
I think you guys are going to be. I think you guys are going to be golden. Just be prepared for. You're not going to get to cover hockey for the first 10 minutes at the top of the show.
I know.
We may just force it in, Colin.
I'm telling you, for me, it is weird because I'm used to hockey being kind of ignored on sports programs, and it is like coming into a weird dreamland where the top of the show I get to not only get extended highlights, but then I get a panel afterwards telling me all the important things that happened in that game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not used to this. This is like a dreamland for me.
And then we have a show afterward, which is all hockey highlights, because 45 minutes of hockey highlights in our show wasn't enough.
Yeah, the very first time I came to Toronto, I shot a movie here in '99. When the last time I was here, I was using a Discman. That's how long ago it was. But I was amazed that Canadians would care about the Hurricanes versus the Lightning. Because I don't care about the Hurricanes versus the Lightning. Those are just. To me, I go, well, that's an expansion team and what should be the Hartford Whalers. But you guys love the hockey. There's no doubt about it.
But we find our favorite players, like the Carolina Hurricanes have Jeff Skinner, so I can use a line from The Simpsons every time he scores. I say Skinner.
There you go. You got to find those. You got to find those little things. You know what I mean? Whenever you do bowling highlights, you just quote Big Lebowski.
Well, that's the thing. We don't do bowling highlights. That's why we're coming to Fox in L.A. so we can do bowling highlights.
I was going to say, you're going to do some bowling highlights. It might even last longer than the hockey highlights.
Hey, before we let you go, Colin, very quick, I know you grew up in Sacramento. Just overall your thoughts about the Kings staying in town. It looked like they were for sure a goner. They were heading to Seattle. This must be thrilling for you.
Well, you got to understand there's really not a whole lot else in Sacramento. There is a minor league team for the Oakland A's, actually outdraws the Oakland A's on most occasions. But in terms of professional sports, it's the only show in town. That city loves basketball, and they were stuck with a perennial loser for a long time. They had that resurgence a while back, which was really sort of a treat to see.
That was a fun team, the Divac Weber team.
I argued at the time it was the most exciting, fun team to watch in the NBA.
It was great.
They were so energetic and so much fun, and a huge underdog. And I had my heart broken on numerous occasions seeing them lose to the Los Angeles Lakers, because the LA Kings are the only LA team that I support. I was obviously really sad with the way that the organization has been run, handled, whatever you want to call it, because that city really deserves a winner. And I'm glad that it got resolved. I'm really glad that they didn't move. I'm glad that they've got a new owner now. I'm glad that the Maloofs are out of there. That was just needed to be cut. I'm really very happy about that. I think it's great, and I can't wait to see what their new arena is going to be, because whatever they keep calling that, the old Arco Arena has just got to stop. I think it was the Power Balance.
I don't even know.
Last season was the Sleep Train. You really got to call an arena the Sleep Train?
I gotta dig that.
All aboard the Sleep Train.
Hop aboard the Sleep Train. That is not good. Not good.
Colin, we thank you for coming on, and we can't wait to see you at a Kings game.
I'm looking forward to it, and thanks again for all the love this morning. That was a nice surprise. That was a great joke.
Enjoy the rest of your time in Toronto. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Take care, guys.
That's Colin Hanks. If you missed the Sports Center in which we mentioned him about 37 times, because he sent a very nice tweet towards the NHL and TSN people saying he got to see the coverage in Canada and how awesome it was, because the coverage down there where he is in LA, they missed camera angles.
I think it's okay, but it's Bob Miller and Jim Fox have been doing play-by-play in color there for years. They're good guys, but
we're just not a cover better.
Yeah, exactly. We have another guest.
So we go from Hollywood to Hollywood.
Frank D'Angelo, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Yeah, just like listening to you guys. Keep going.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're following up Colin Hanks.
Okay.
So thank you for having me on the show. I mean, I've heard you guys cut me up on other shows, so I'm glad to be live now.
Okay, well, so now we'll be on our best behavior, Frank. We'll be on our best behavior for you. First of all, You are such a Renaissance man. Have you been described as that? I mean, you do so many different things. You've got the beverages, you've got the rapini commercials, you're a goalie in commercials, you're singing, you have hit songs, and now you have a film out, and we're going to talk about the movie. First of all, did you have ADD as a kid, or why are you in so many different things here? What has gotten you into so many different aspects in life?
Well, I probably do. I have the attention span of a gnat, and I get bored fast. But, I've been very lucky in my life. I've always, a big gambler with ideas, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And but the only way to do things is to do them. And we've been very blessed in the last 6 years. Everything's beginning to work out. So, but it gets very expensive sometimes if you come up with too many ideas and they all don't work out.
We have one idea. We want to play this from the commercial. We play this on the podcast quite a bit from your rapini commercial. Listen to this.
Hi, I'm so excited. We're going to give you the 1-minute recipe of our new product, rapini. My mother used to say a plate of rapini a day keeps the cafoons away.
What does that mean, Frank?
That's not a compliment. A cafoon, I'm Sicilian, and a cafoon is a moron.
Okay.
A mamaluka, a loser, a putz.
So, were you always good in the kitchen, or did you always want to do a commercial like that, or even a cooking show? I could see you doing a cooking show.
Well, I lived in Rome for about a year, and I wanted to be a chef, and so I took that up, and then I went to Paris for 6 months, and found out that to cook good French food, you just put a pound of butter and cream and everything. So, and then I had a little restaurant in New York, and now we have a couple of restaurants in Toronto. But I can cook. I'm a chef, but I do it every once in a while downtown at the restaurant. I forget about it on King Street.
What the hell is a rapini anyway?
Actually, a rapini is like a dandelion or a spinach. It's a little bitter, but I like it, and it's really good for you. But it's an acquired taste.
Now, we want to ask you about a couple other commercials you did. First of all...
You want to hear it? The shootout one?
That's right. We want to ask you about the shootout commercial. This is a famous one you did, so we'll play just a little bit of this one, Frank. Here we go.
Introducing new Blueberry Cheetah High Octane Power Surge.
You guys are drinking Blueberry Cheetah.
The original's good, but the blueberry tastes even better. And since it's blue, it's a proud Toronto.
Let's go have some fun.
10 shots, 6 saves, 6 goals wins it.
Give it all you got.
Oh, you got it!
Way to go, Frank. Way to go, buddy.
New Blueberry Cheetah High Octane Power Surge. Energize your taste buds.
How much fun? First of all, how many shots? He must have taken 100 shots or what? How many shots?
He took a few shots. I don't know if he took 100. It was early in the morning. All three of us were hurting. I mean, it was early in the morning, and if you're laid out at night and you dress up to go play hockey in the morning, it's not a wonderful experience. So we had some fun. I mean, Luca's a great guy, and I miss him not being in Toronto, and we had a lot of fun doing that commercial.
It was Luca, and who else was out there with him?
Zigomanis.
Mike Zigomanis.
Right. And now, do you get, do people come up to you on the street and say, come on, Frank, there's no way you stop that, like he was going easy on you?
Hey, you're a target anytime you do something on TV, as you guys are well aware.
Yeah.
I'm a target for guys like you. And, but, I play a lot of hockey still. So on the rinks, every once in a while I'm going to get a cafoon come up to me and ask me, are you the rapini guy, or did you stop any of those shots? It is what it is. But, I play a lot of hockey. I love it. And being Canadian, that's what we all grew up on, the street and in the rinks. And when I grew up, there was not that many rinks. We're playing in outdoor rinks. So the kids got it made nowadays.
Yeah, I guess they do. I want to ask you about one more. And this is one for Cheetah Power Surge, which we enjoy often before we do the podcast. And this one involves fallen hero Ben Johnson.
Today on our show, we have Ben Johnson. How are you, Ben? Put your cards on the table. Ben, when you run, do you cheetah?
Absolutely. I cheetah all the time.
How much convincing did he take?
You know what? Ben's a good boy, and I like Ben, and he's a good friend of ours. We sat him down, and we said, Ben, it's a little risque, but this is how much lettuce we're putting on the table. He goes, done. So
money talks, right?
Yeah, but we knew when that commercial aired what was going to happen the next day. I mean, it was mental. It was crazy. We were at La Presse in France, New York, Toronto, Entertainment Tonight. Everybody just went nuts, and that's the reason we did it. I mean, and it's still I stop and get gas, and somebody will say, "Hey, do you cheetah?"
That's great. It worked. The commercial worked.
And
yeah,
now
it worked. It was. I like Ben, and we enjoy Ben's company. And anytime we call Ben Johnson, he'll come. And it's horrible that he made a mistake and he never got forgiven.
Yeah, the ESPN 30 for 30 on Ben Johnson, it was absolutely unreal. Yeah. If you got a chance to see it.
Now, speaking of films, I want to ask you, Frank, about this film. This is blowing my mind. In addition to doing all the music, and we'll talk to you about the music in a second, but in addition to doing all the commercials and all your business stuff, you've actually written and directed, and you're starring in a film called Real Gangsters. Tell us about this.
Well, I do a lot of writing, and I don't know if you guys read my book. It's a bestseller. A shameless
We
plug.
can't read, Frank.
Oh, yes, you can. And I think you guys are great. And I think you guys are going to be big. You guys are big, but you're going to get bigger.
Oh, that's nice of you to say.
So that's the truth. So, no, I had the script, and then one night I was having dinner with Nick Mancuso and another decent guy in Canadian international. Mancuso's international, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Great actor.
For sure.
Out of Canada. And there was, another gentleman in media, and I'm not going to mention his name, but way up there in media, and we're
Jim Taddy. It was Jim Taddy, wasn't it?
That wasn't Jim Taddy, but Jim Taddy is way up there in media, and he's doing a couple of pornos.
Oh, Taddy!
I love
All right,
Jim. Jim is one of my favorite guys. He won't get rid of the mustache, though. I guess he still has that 70 pound.
Well, it's his trademark. Now we should quickly interject here. Jim is the Ed McMahon to your Johnny Carson on the Being Frank show.
He's the greatest laugh in the world. He's a very bright guy, and we're going into season number 4 next year, and I would not be doing the show if Jim wasn't there.
So tell us more about Real Gangsters. Now, this is coming. You're about to do the film festival circuit here.
Yeah, well, you know what? We got very lucky. We got some unbelievable. Robert Loggia, the Nick Mancuso, Margot Kidder, great actress, John Savage from The Deer Hunter, Michael Pare, and Robert Mangiardi, Johnny Williams from Goodfellas, big people. And I wrote the script, and we sent it out to them, and they loved it, and they came. They flew to Toronto, and we shot it, and it was supposed to be originally a pilot, but it came out incredible. We shot it with 6 cameras. So, if we got a scene, it was good. You didn't have to do the wide shot, the short shot, but it's very expensive doing it that way. And we're in 6 or 5 film festivals, and the movie's going to be released worldwide in November.
Christoph, do we have a clip of that movie? We're going to play. Yeah, we've got the trailer, so we're going to play a short version of the trailer so everyone can hear this. Here we go. This is Real Gangsters.
The last thing I remember was my mother saying to me, Giacomino, ti voglio bene, bedroom, sangue mio. I gave her a kiss, and that was the last time I ever saw my mother. I'll tell you a story. Nobody f***s with our people.
You want to talk to Jack?
Chilla. Yeah, I sell speed. I sell adrenaline.
Hey, I got enough trombone players in my band.
What happened to your mama?
The story is about 2 cousins that run the mafia, and what they've done is they consolidated all the ethnic groups, the Jewish mafia, the Irish mafia, and it's a $16 billion a year company. And my mother and the character, Jack, and Jimmy's mother were sisters, and the fathers, it's very common, 2 sisters would marry 2 brothers, Sicilians, I'm sure, in other cultures too. So they went back to Sicily on a vacation, and they got whacked. So all four of them. And then Jimmy LoGiacomo went back to Sicily, killed everybody, even shot the dog in the town, and came back and took over the family business. And that's what the story's about.
Now, Frank, people don't just direct movies out of the, like, how do you get, you just directed a movie, and like Robert Loggia is a great actor. Like, how do you convince these people to do these things?
I think, you know what, well, I'm very lucky because Nick Mancuso's my friend, and Nick Mancuso called these people, and he's very good friends with all these guys. So we called Stephen Bauer. You remember Stephen Bauer from Scarface and Running Scared, great actor. And he once they read the script, they all called me and we talked. And so over the course of a week, I got close to everybody via phone and via Skype and via all the technology that there is right now to talk to people face to face, even if they're not in the same room. And then they came in and it gelled. I'm telling you, it was magical. I have some great people around me that shoot the show, and they wanted to give me a couple of DPs, and I said, no, they're just getting away. So I directed it without any help of anybody. I got a great cinematographer, and our camera crew, our sound crew was great. We had a huge crew of 40 people who shot this, and it's very cool. I mean, you guys got to see this. The acting is phenomenal. The guys, Mancuso's going to win award in every film festival, and the movie's very nice. And we got picked. It's screening in New York this weekend, and they got 5,000 movies that went in, and they only picked 60 to screen, and they picked ours as one of the top 10. Same
That's
one
fantastic.
in the film festival here in Toronto, the Italian Contemporary Film Festival, and we're hoping to get it into TIFF. We won't find out until August, which is a great film festival, and we're in the one in LA.
That's great. That's great. I'm really happy for you, Frank. And here's the other thing. Since you did point out that Taddy is a porn star, now you guys can shoot all the porns together because you can shoot.
We got a crew, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I can write music.
Frank, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and we really appreciate you being a good sport, and thanks so much. Thanks for answering our questions.
I love you guys, and you guys are the humor of Canada. You're very talented. You're very slick with the way you guys talk, and you guys got a great chemistry. And I wish you guys, the whole world becomes your oyster, and I'm sure you guys are going to make that happen. And hopefully, because you're going to do this thing in L.A., Canada doesn't lose you guys.
No. We'll still be, part of us will still be here, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll still be kicking around, and the podcast will still go on. So we'll maybe you come by again sometime if you do another movie, and we can chat about that.
It'd be my honor. And you guys, if you're in town, I'm inviting you personally. We're having a dinner for Robert Loggia on June the 30th at the restaurant.
Oh.
Forget about it. And then we're walking across the street. The movie's at 9 o'clock. And if you guys want to come, it'll be my honor and my pleasure for you guys to be my guests.
That would be fantastic. I'd love to do that. And
we'll have some rapini, and we'll keep all the capoons away there.
But will Taddy be invited? That's the question.
Taddy, I love him, and he is invited. And he was, we did a great show today. And you guys know Taddy. He's just a professional. He's the most underrated sportscaster in this country.
I agree.
Yes, guy.
I agree completely. Thank you so much, Frank. Have a great night.
God bless, guys. Ciao.
Frank D'Angelo joining us on the podcast.
Frank was really nice.
Really nice guy.
I mean, feel kind of bad. Like we were kind of mean to him before.
No, you only make fun of his drink.
Yeah, that's true.
You did
Playing a rapini a day keeps the capoons away.
You did say during the interview that you enjoyed his drink.
Yeah, I did. Did I like his drink?
No, that's the one you called turd water.
Oh, yeah, that was garbage. That's right. It was the turd water.
Our Lady Pieces, Jeremy Taggart joins us.
I'm a liar.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
All right, buddy.
I'm good.
Oh,
we want to play this police safety video from the 80s for Taggart.
Okay.
So let's see if Christoph and I...
It'll be fun.
Christoph...
Oh, that's so greasy.
Christoph and I... No, that
Come
guy.
on.
Come on, it'll be fun. Come on, it'll be
I don't
fun.
know social interaction, but
Okay,
I certainly
ready?
know what to do at my house.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Shut your engine off! What the do you want? I want to see your driver's license. What for? Christ, I'm only a block from home. Why don't you let me go? Look, I just want to see your driver's license. Oh, Christ. I got it here somewhere.
It's a hockey player?
It's in the car. I'll get it.
Most people have drawn inner boundaries they don't want crossed. And sometimes the blade is there to guard those boundaries.
Here's my license. Why don't you come and get it? Drop the knife. You. I said, drop the knife. Oh, hey, just kidding. Sorry.
What's with the voice?
Hi there. Say, do you have a driver's license? You just rolled through that stop sign back there.
Is that the guy from 30-something?
No problem. Something with your photo, name on it, that'll be fine.
Look out.
Oh, he stabbed him in the face.
Look at this guy.
Represents any danger for sure.
Machete!
Watch this guy. Look at this guy.
Drop the razor.
A rubby.
What he's telling you is, don't invade my
Dennis
space. or
Hopper
I'll
with a
attack you.
knife.
That's what Donald said. And this guy's the worst.
Barney, open up.
Comes to the door.
What the hell? Stabs him right in the door.
Ends with everything is terrible flashing.
So again,
You want?
if you'd like to go on YouTube and see this for yourself,
What's with
It's-
that ending?
Served and Protected uploaded it, and it's police safety videos from the 80s.
Oh, man. Taggart is losing it.
What does that ending have to do with anything? What is going
It's like Bob
on?
Cole. It's like Bob Cole saying everything is
No,
happening.
but how would those help, like, safety at all? Like, there's no safety at all. It's
Look
just
where
like
I paused it.
Basically, if you're a cop, he doesn't even know he's been stabbed. Julesy paused it. The guy's got a knife in his face, and his facial expression has not changed at all.
But it's all cops being attacked with knives, various sized knives. The homeless man is still my favorite. Like he's the least
No,
terrifying.
but what about the guy with the machete who just starts he starts coming at you, and then it cuts away from him, and he disappears. He's not there anymore.
the Jackie Chan guy running
He
with
was
the
just
bayonet.
running with the machete. It was like crazy.
Oh, man, that was way out there.
That was awesome.
Wow, what the hell is that?
I
Police
found
safety video from the 80s.
But what's safe about that other than, like, watch out? Like, you're going to get it no matter what.
At any point, if you're a cop, you're going to get stabbed in the face.
It's like, there's a guy with he's got that little Swiss Army knife, and then he's like, oh, wait, you got a gun?
So after we talk about a video on the podcast, I always like to go back to the comments because people they reiterate things that we've said on this. Like this guy, just everyone keeps saying on the comments, everything is terrible, which is the main comment. But again, you should never look at YouTube comments because that's where the dregs of society hang out.
Oh, yeah. I can't even, I don't know if I've met someone who's actually commented on a YouTube video.
Like Mother Teresa,
that
there could be a
person.
video of Mother Teresa delivering a baby, and it'd be like,
What a loser.
exactly.
Ugly baby, Mama Teresa. What a pig. Holy cow, that's crazy. Everything is terrible.
TV theme ball time?
Oh, yeah. I said in these two. I hope you don't mind that I took control this week.
Julesy picked a couple of good ones here. I remember these well. Which one do you want to start with, Julesy?
Let's start with the Dope Lover's Dream cartoon.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you, pretending you got a silver. You're not fooling me, 'cause I can see the way you shake and shiver. You know we got a mystery to solve, so Scooby-Doo, be ready for your act. Don't hold back. And Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. That's a fact. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, here are you. You're ready and you're willing. We can count on you, Scooby-Doo. I know we'll catch that villain.
Oh, that was a long one.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Oh, Casey Kasem.
I think that's
Oh,
like
yeah, Casey Kasem.
same band again. Same band as always, the Wrecking Crew again.
The Wrecking
another
Crew
gig.
Called in to lay down some tracks.
Theme music composers David Mook and Ben Raleigh. Opening, it's performed by Larry Marks, George A. Robertson.
Two guys that just signed a check, and the Wrecking Crew go in there and do it.
That's right.
That's that cartoon, and the figurines are huge again. Like, you go into Toys R Us, and they're everywhere.
Well, there's there's updated show versions, there's movies, there's so many different ways that's gotten to us, that Scooby-Doo.
Now, do they still ride around in the Mystery Machine? Was it just full of pot?
Yeah, that's what they used to do. Remember, there'd always be clouds coming
They'd
out of it?
show up and they'd just be baked.
Yeah.
Shaggy's real name is Norville Rogers?
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Norval.
Just reading that on Norval Rogers.
That's a tough name.
Yeah,
I like
Shaggy's better.
Way better.
And then
I don't think he's ever referred to that as Norval in the show.
Remember that awesome Casey Kasem video of yelling at everybody?
Oh, yeah.
You guys should get that.
We should do that next week.
Casey Kasem's daughter, she does a show, a syndicated radio show with Nikki Sixx.
Oh, really?
Really?
I hear it every night on the way home from work.
On what station?
find
Y108 from Hamilton?
97.7?
Her name's Carrie Kasem, right?
I have no idea. Is she a porn star?
I don't
Probably.
think so. Nikki Sixx.
That's
Again,
a tough lifestyle, that L.A. growing up with your parents' famous
I
kind of
would
deal.
think so. Well, Colin Hanks. I mean, he would know that, right?
It's called The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
That's
garbage.
Sounds terrible. I'd rather listen to that Alice Cooper late night show. Goop.
There it is, and here's Carrie. We'll click on that.
She's probably just a dirty bird.
She's very pretty.
The blue present has been opened by Jay. The blueness is among us.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's...
What
do you think there?
Who's that guy?
That's D. Snyder?
That's D. Snyder
D-bomber.
Twisted Sister?
He broke his finger on Trump's dime on the Celebrity Apprentice.
Oh, yeah, what happened there?
I guess that's why he got asked back, breaking his finger on it.
He injured himself, so instead of suing him, he said, I'll have you back for another season.
Yeah,
How about that?
exactly.
We keep the lawyers out of it. So let's do Toolsy's other TV theme.
I thought you'd really enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Because this was a hit show.
No place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you love, you don't need to roam, 'cause there's no place like home. Times are changing every day, but we won't get by with no same old way. Pulling together, we'll make it right. With help from our friends, I know we can fly. There's no place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you love, you don't need to roam, 'cause there ain't no place like there ain't no place like there ain't no place like there's no place like home. I mean, no place, child.
I'd like to know the percentage of our podcast listeners who know what show that is the theme song of. It's 227.
I watched that show maybe once.
I watched it a few times. The thing that Taggart and I are shocked about, 116 episodes?
Yeah,
that
I've
made
never
it to?
seen that in reruns.
How the heck did that happen?
Listen to this notable guest stars list. Temptations, Run DMC, Bobby Brown, Luther Vandross, Gary Coleman,
That's all it had
There was a
going for
lot
it.
of cocaine on that set.
Pat Sajak,
You know what blows me away?
Vanna White, Ray Combs.
Check out how many producers there were.
they're
It's like
literally-
every year. It's like,
they're-
all right, I'm out of here.
There literally were literally 10 executive producers over the 5 seasons.
including the great Brooklyn Dodger Roy Campanella Jr.
And it was Marla Gibbs from the Jeffersons. It was supposed to be her show, but then I believe Jack A took over.
Your twin was on this, Richard Mole.
Oh,
was
Richard
he?
Mole.
Yeah, like, as a guest star.
Oh, as a guest
As
star.
a guest star, because Night Court was just rocking.
Yeah,
at
it
that
was
point.
crushing it at that point. When I do shave my head, I am going to look exactly like Richard Mole.
You will.
Oh yeah.
So if you didn't know,
You might get some
227,
Lakers tickets out of
Yeah,
that.
maybe it'll work out for me.
It aired from 85 to 90. It starred Marla Gibbs as a sharp-tongued inner-city resident gossip and housewife, Mary Jenkins. It was produced by Embassy. Whatever.
Until Jack Hay came along with her sexiness.
Yeah, it says she's known for a role. Jack Hay, known for a role as Sandra Clark, the sexy neighbor on the TV series 227.
Yeah, hitting on everything that moves.
Just sponge stuffed in her bush.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's a callback. That's a callback joke.
That
what the hell?
The show is sponsored by Today's Sponge.
Jeez. That's like Jay's working blue tonight. Gosh.
Oh, I love it.
I'm red. My face is red.
Can we break down one more song?
Sure.
I sent this to you guys, the keg commercial. Because
this is
every
commercial.
night at work.
This is the commercial vault.
Yeah, every night at work, this commercial comes on, and we just all start clapping along. Like, we got two versions?
Yeah,
the current. Can we go current commercial?
We got a couple. Let's do them both.
We want, Taggart, your musical take on this song.
Okay. Could be your boy Grant from the audio department at TSN on drums here. Or an Isaac's band.
It feels so right. Whoa. Right. Whoa. Right. Everybody feels so right. It feels so right now.
I could just $45 just went out of my pocket for a baseball.
But
stake.
you might get the chance to have sex. Because that's what happens at those commercials.
It seems like they're promoting it as like a singles bar.
Yeah. And like everyone's giving an eye to the waiter. They're like, is he the one?
Yeah, that's right. The three at the table, they're like, yeah, look at this guy bringing us our hot steaks.
Maybe there's a little...
You got some meat for us under that apron, buddy?
And everyone's sharing forks. They're like, yeah, try this.
Oh, yeah, what's with that?
They're like, imagine they throw a shot in the commercial where everyone's putting their keys into a bowl. That's the one that they forgot in there. With an excess night after hours.
So have you ever been at one of those studio sessions in which they're recording one of those? Have you witnessed it?
Yeah, it usually takes about 2-3 takes and wrap it up and onward and upward.
So does the ad agency write it?
Well, usually it's either some guy in his track pants will write the jingle and have it recorded.
The guy who got pulled over by the cop?
Yeah.
Because he was in track.
Yeah, he's like the guy who does like the WWE intros on the side, that type of guy. Just quick.
You want
that kind of guy
That guy
for
right
sure.
there.
I got a riff for keg.
we got one more keg.
Oh, another
keg
keg commercial.
Yeah, here it is.
We love the keg. They're great.
Yeah, big sponsors of TSN. Big fans.
We love
Chevrolet.
This one's a little funkier. We're getting sassy. We're going to the keg tonight.
I'm gonna have a couple drinks. Keg size.
Where's my keg size Caesar for sakes? Where is it? I'm at the keg.
Somebody wipe my bum. Is somebody gonna wipe my bum or what?
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
When a party just gets too crazy.
Oh my God.
Always ask someone you love before you put anything in your mouth.
I now have the mental image of Onright running around the keg yelling, "Where's my keg size Caesar?" And Tag
with his pants around his ankles.
With his pants around his ankles. And waiters and waitresses just banging patrons at will.
It's just an orgy. Everyone's licking cake-sized Caesars off each other's bodies.
I figured if everyone's having sex, maybe they can wipe my ass.
Who can wipe my ass?
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
That took a weird turn. I was not expecting that. The keg. See you tonight, everyone.
The keg, again, we love them. They're great.
Wow.
There's a new keg in Peterborough. I was there a couple weeks ago.
I want you to go into that keg, drop your pants right around your ankles, and say, Who's going to wipe my bum?
Who's gonna wipe my bum?
Which one of you waiters or waitresses is going to wipe my
Would
buttocks?
somebody wipe my bum?
I just shit my drawers.
How long have we gone on? Too long? Do we have time for that other Kmart? Because everyone sent us this.
Oh, let's save that for next week.
But it's
Kmart?
current now.
Oh, I know which one you're talking. Yeah, let's do this
The
one.
new Kmart commercial.
No, this one's pretty good.
Sorry for running long, but we're having too much fun.
Ugh, I hate these big ass prices.
Sounds like you could use some big ass savings.
I'd love some big ass savings.
Kmart Shop Your Way members save 30 cents a gallon.
30 cents a gallon? That's a big ass discount.
Big ass discount.
A really big ass discount.
Really big ass discount.
Honey, this solves your big ass problem.
Totally solves my big ass problem.
Dad, look at that big ass truck.
Big ass man.
Hello, big ass man.
Shop Your Way members get big ass savings. Save 30 cents a gallon when you spend $50 or more at Kmart.
Problem is, after Taggart's bum wiping comment, I was just thinking of Taggart walking around and everyone looking at Taggart's big ass.
Hello, big ass man.
So again, they're saying big gas. So Kmart coming up with a unique way of advertising, and that's one of their new ads. The other one was, I just shipped my pants.
This is crazy, this stuff. This is a crazy week.
Yeah, it is.
We have time for my dad's story?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course. We always have time for Ronnie Taggart.
This takes us back to Ray Avenue, which is just south of Jane Street.
In Toronto.
Weston Road. Not quite the ethnic spot. It's all a little bit of everybody there.
Right.
We lived there, and there was these cats playing dominoes all the time. Very loud games of dominoes, especially in the summertime when it starts to heat up. Like midnight on a Friday, these guys would be playing dominoes till like 5 a.m, and they slam them on the table when they win. So you hear just like this, like smack, and like, damn on, yeah, it's huge. And my dad was like trying to sleep one night, and they were just pounding the dominoes, and he's like, "Can you shut up? Get the door!" Screaming out the window. They didn't do anything. All of a sudden, my dad comes out the front door, and there's a guy taking a piss beside the house.
Oh,
like,
no.
in the alley?
No. Oh, boy.
Yeah. And my dad obviously got a little steamed at that and threw a few expletives towards the guy. And the
You want?
what are you doing pissing in beside our house? And the guy decides to get combative to my dad. He grabs a brick.
Whoa,
Oh, no.
whoa.
Runs toward. We had like a small house, but like a 3-step stoop at the front of the house. My dad was on the top of the stoop, and this guy's running with this brick. And my dad decides to figure like, well, this is my chance to move here. So he leaps. This is from my mom's description. Leaps off the 3-step porch with a leaping kick.
Oh, no.
And kicks the guy right in the head from like 6 feet in the air, like a full-on ninja
So he
blast.
connected? He didn't miss?
Oh, no, he jumped.
Oh, you got to...
The guy had a brick, and he was coming at him, and he leapt off and booted him in the head. The guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
Like a brick?
And was, split. That was it.
Wow.
It was in it.
He defended your turf, Ronnie.
Yeah, it was in it.
Yeah.
These dudes were like, all right, we're not going to bother you anymore. You kicked our ass.
Your dad played it better than every single one of those cops in that cop safety video.
Yeah.
That's true.
He didn't just like have a knife behind the door and shove it through the door when the guy came out.
Yeah, you got to get outside first. You can't wait for the guy to come to the door with the brick.
You gotta leap off the porch and kick him in the air.
Wow. Did you know that your dad was that agile?
Yeah, and this was probably 15 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. But my dad's agile. He does a little bit of everything. Kick and punch and hit and throw.
Now, again, we're
chew
doing
glass.
We're doing our last podcast live. Will he show up at the live podcast?
No, but we could call him up.
That's a no.
We could
That's
maybe
a
call him up, though. Would be nice to have him say hello.
Oh, it'd be great.
He'd be up for a phone call, but
Would he?
he's not
Yeah.
going to get in the car and come
Okay.
down.
Okay. So we'll get him on the phone.
There would be a scene, I would say, probably if we took
How
him out.
great would it be if our last podcast ended with Ronnie doing a flying kick to Dan's head?
Or keg wait staff showing up with steaks just off the grill and throwing them at us.
Yeah, or throwing some mustard sandwiches.
Steaks just off the grill in one hand and just a roll of toilet paper in the other, and just, who wants to be wiped?
Will somebody wipe my bum?
That was the most bizarre comment I've ever heard on this podcast.
You know when you hear that at a party, that it's a real shaker.
That's a party I want to be at.
Yeah.
We got to thank everybody who's on the show, Toolsy.
Their mic doesn't work in there, Joe and Nadia, the students. Can you try that mic? Talk into it.
No, they're talking.
No, nothing.
They don't know how to speak.
So broadcasting is going to be good for them. No, it's a technical thing. They're very nice to have them here, and best of luck to them. Even though Mike Gentili is their professor.
I got this morning. I believe you Instagrammed it. My brother sent me a picture of this. You can't see it, obviously, because it's a podcast. But my niece did something to quit smoking. So it's a picture of smoking with a question mark and a cigarette butt in someone's hand. It says, "Hacking a dart hacks years off your life." That was her slogan.
There you go.
Hey, going for a dart. I feel like we've really made an impact in this country.
But she's got the, I don't think you'd hold it that way.
She's holding it wrong. I was going to show Taggart this.
Yeah.
The filter's there, and so, yeah.
You're really going to do yourself a disservice smoking that way.
We want to thank Jeremy Taggart. We want to thank Christoph and Mike for putting this all together. And we want to thank Colin Hanks for being on the show. And we want to thank Frank D'Angelo, who turned out to be a great guy. And I apologize for calling one of his beverages turd water. At Jay and Dan TSN, at Taggart7, at Made by Stoff, at TSN O'Toole. We have to decide, Toolsy, what we're changing your.
Well, we got a month to figure that out.
But what we want,
Foxy O'Toole.
Yeah, we want
Foxy.
it from the viewers. We want to know suggestions of what Dan should change his Twitter handle to, because it can't be TSN O'Toole anymore. So
I was going to go FS1, so Fox Sports 1 O'Toole. But people want like Old Man Toolsy or something.
That's be too hard to find.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Old Man Toolsy would be nice.
Oh, that's good.
And Gentili, I always forget how to your Twitter. Mike Gentili TSN, at Mike Gentili TSN. And just follow us at Jay and Dan TSN, and you'll get all the podcast info. Thanks, everyone. It was a great time.
Sorry we went long, and now we've got to bolt because producer Tim's already mad at us because we're late for our other job.
Maybe someone will wipe his ass.
What the you want?
They're going home. Dance. We're on the move. Dance. Dance. We got the groove. Keep dancing. There's been so many things that held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know.
This is the Jay and Dan Podcast.